99% get this wrong. 22 states guess the state by its shape in 5 seconds. Let's go. California. Fun fact: California produces over 80% of the world's almonds, more than any other place on Earth. Illinois. Fun fact: the world's first McDonald's franchise opened in Illinois in 1955. Idaho. Fun fact: Idaho grows about 1/3 of all the potatoes produced in the United States. Kentucky. Fun fact: about 95% of the world's bourbon is produced in Kentucky. Arkansas. Fun fact: Crater of Diamond State Park is one of the few places on Earth where anyone can search for real diamonds and keep them. Tennessee. Fun fact: Tennessee is home to Great Smoky Mountains National Park, the most visited national park in the United States. Missouri. Fun fact: Missouri is known as the Cave State because it has more than 7,500 recorded caves. Minnesota. Fun fact: Minnesota is known as the land of 10,000 lakes, but it actually has over 11,800 lakes. Indiana. Fun fact: Indiana is home to the legendary Indianapolis 500, the world's largest single-day sporting event. North Carolina. Fun fact: the first successful powered airplane flight took place in Kitty Hawk in 1903. South Carolina. Fun fact: South Carolina was the first state to vote to secede from the Union in 1860. New York. Fun fact: New York was the first capital of the United States, where George Washington took the first presidential oath of office in 1789. Colorado. Fun fact: Colorado is the only U.S. state entirely above 1,000 meters, 3,280 feet in elevation. Oregon. Fun fact: Oregon is home to Crater Lake National Park, the deepest lake in the United States, reaching 1,949 feet, 594 meters. South Dakota. Fun fact: South Dakota is home to Badlands National Park, one of the most unique and dramatic landscapes in the United States. North Dakota. Fun fact: North Dakota is the leading producer of honey in the United States. Washington. Fun fact: Washington is the largest producer of apples in the United States, supplying about 60% of the country's apples. Oklahoma. Fun fact: the famous Route 66 runs through Oklahoma for more than 400 miles, more than in any other state. Wyoming. Fun fact: Wyoming is home to Yellowstone National Park, the world's first national park, established in 1872. Iowa. Fun fact: Iowa produces more corn than any other U.S. state, harvesting billions of bushels each year. Florida. Fun fact: Florida is the only state that borders both the Atlantic Ocean and the Gulf of Mexico. Ohio. Fun fact: Ohio is home to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, where music legends are honored every year. How many states did you recognize? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching.